If you're looking for a new character to play or just want to learn the basics of Cloak and Dagger, then you're in luck. Because I have 10 beginner tips that will help you start getting the most out of them as soon as possible. Number one, no aim needed. Dagger's left click requires practically no aiming as it homes in on your target. So, Dagger's ability, her main left click, her daggers that she'll send out and do damage and heal with. If you notice that we've got this kind of pulsating effect around who we're targeting, and that also gives you an indicator of your range. If you look here, nothing, but if we walk towards the edge here, look, we've got a nice range here coming out to kind of a pretty significant gap. The only real problem with the aim in that sense is going to be if you're wanting to hit this person and you're aiming too far away, it will lock onto the next closest person. So when it's just enemies or just friendlies, or you don't care who you're hitting, you're trying to get your daggers down there, that's going to solve your issues. But for instances when you have a sleep on the back of a friendly, or like a Loki heal you're trying to destroy, sometimes it will lock onto an enemy rather than what you want it to destroy. On the 7th of June 2025, I'm going to be running in Cancer Research's Race for Life. We've got many incentives set up to help you consider donating, including shaving my head and tattoos. So if you consider donating, I'd much appreciate it. You can either follow the link down below in the description or the QR code that's on screen right now. Back to the video. Number 2, bounce away. Dagger's left click can bounce off of surfaces like walls, ceilings, and floors, making it possible to heal targets you don't have a clear line of sight on. If you look here, if we go like this, we can see that this is all healing up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And it puts us in a way where, in theory, the person shooting them can't see us, can't do anything to hurt us, but we're still helping our teammates out massively. Crucial skill to learn. Number 3, instant feedback. There's a setting in the game that allows you to get visual healing feedback as Dagger. This will let you know that you're successfully healing your target even when they're around a corner. Next up, we have this. So what you want to do is you want to come into your settings, you want to come over to keyboard, you want to choose your character, and make sure you've got your character selected, otherwise this won't be visible. You want to come down to hero and choose healing reticle feedback and toggle that from off to on. You're then going to want to go ahead and make sure you save that update. Then when you come back out, when you're healing a friendly, you'll see these little green flickers every time you hit an enemy in a friendly and heal them. And that'll be, especially with bouncing your shots off walls, how you know you're hitting someone. And then if it's not quite getting them, you can mess around until you know you're getting the right bounce back angle. 4, stay close. The blue healing ring around any friendly target you hit as Dagger will also heal any other friends in the circle and you, so stick to your tanks. Next up, we have our blue healing ring. So if we look here, and then if you look at the floor, every time I'm hitting them, you can see the light blue signals flicking up. And if you look at our friendly over to the left that we're not hitting, that's healing them up as well. And what this can allow you to do is, in situations where you're grouped up, you can target whoever's weakest on your team for healing and also heal them back. On top of that, when you've taken damage yourself, that will heal you up as well. Doesn't heal you up massively, but when your tank's doing their job of blocking damage and you're keeping yourself topped up like that, it allows you to focus on healing throughout a tough battle, especially a team fight. 5, reload smarter, not harder. Switching to Cloak will reload Dagger. Next up, sometimes you're going to be spamming. You're going to realise you've run out of daggers. Instead of reloading, what you can do is switch to Cloak and switch back quickly, and that will also act as a reload. And if we look here, that's the reload timer. That's how instantly you can switch back and you're instantly reloaded. It's much quicker than actually reloading, but it also has an added benefit. Say you're fighting someone, you're doing damage. When you run out, you can switch to Cloak, keep on down your left click to keep doing damage, and then switch back. It doesn't always work. If you're too far away, obviously Cloak's not going to hit them. But it does give you continual damage if you run out instead of trying to reload and hope that that's going to happen fast enough to keep you in the fight. 6. Keep it cool. Cloak and Dagger have separate cooldowns for their abilities, which you can see at all times. Make sure you keep yourself informed about what abilities you have available. As with every character in Marvel Rivals, you've got cooldowns to worry about. And what you can do with Cloak and Dagger is you can use your abilities, and then when you switch, you'll see in the bottom right hand corner, your other cooldown is still available. And then when you switch back, you'll see the timer matches what you can't see. So, no matter what, you can always see what abilities you've got available and when, so that you can do everything in your power to keep track of when that ability is going to be available again, so that you can make sure you're maximizing their usage. 7. Counter the pesky shark. Cloak's right click can save you from being swallowed up by Jeff's ultimate, and if you get thrown off the side by anyone, you can also use Cloak's right click to float back to safety. Next up, we've got something crucial to remember. Cloak's right click is dimension door that can make you invulnerable and invisible, can also be used to escape from something where you've already messed up. If Jeff is circling you, you can use it to go out of his hitbox so he can't hit you. Or if he does capture you because you were too slow and he throws you off the map, you can pop the ability to fly back up. If he's throwing you off the edge instead of diving off the edge with you, you can use that to recover and get back into the fight without having to take the death. It has saved my skin more times than I care to count, and it works with characters like Spider-Man or Invisible Woman pushing or pulling you off of a map as well. 8. Timing is everything. Shield and bubbles will block Cloak's Cape of Terror, so don't waste it when there is a shield in your way. Characters like Doctor Strange have shields, characters like Hulk and Magneto have bubbles, and these bubbles can be a pain in the butt if you're Cloak. One of my favourite things to do as Cloak is hide behind my tank, pop out, and throw my E down, and then we can all target them to finish them off that much quicker. But if you mess up your timing, and they pop their bubble or they pop their shield, your E will go to waste. It won't be utilised, it won't do anyone any good. So make sure you're working on them timings, waiting for that shield to go down and hitting them with the then when they're most vulnerable, and that we can guarantee it's going to do as much harm to the enemy team as possible. 9. Not this time. Both Cloak and Dagger's right-click abilities can be used as a get-out-of-jail-free card against a diving character, either by putting yourself in a healing orb to give yourself extra health, or to disappear and escape the fight altogether. Say Black Panther's dived on you. You're worried, he's thrown a vibranium thing down. You're worried. What you can do is you can use both characters' right clicks as get out of jail free cards. For instance, he's about to try and dash and attack you. You pop your right to make sure he misses, and then when he's on cooldown, you throw your orb down to make sure that you are not taking as much damage and negating that damage by instant healing to give yourself the best opportunity. And that combo could look something like this. They hit you with their vibranium mark. You pop your right click to get out of it. You swap, pop your orb, boom, and then before you know it, they are the one in the worst situation. They are vulnerable, their abilities are on a cooldown, you are getting constant healing from your bubble, you've debuffed them so that you can do the maximum damage, and all of a sudden that takes it from a fight that is practically unwinnable to you to a fight that feels like a guarantee. 10. Balance is everything. The key to mastering Cloak and Dagger is balancing which half you are playing at any given time, and trying not to be a Dagger-only heal bot or a Cloak-only damage hunter. So make sure you're practicing as both of them and are trying to understand who is needed and when. Lastly, as Cloak and Dagger, you are a strategist. Your primary job is to keep your characters healed up, but sometimes the best way of protecting your team is to make sure the other team can't hurt them, and as a result, they both will live longer and prosper. What you can do is you can use your abilities to keep your team in the fight. You can pop your orb down and give them the healing bubble, and then you can join on the offensive side to deal with any enemies that are causing a bit of grief, without your team getting really any damage done to them. It's all about balancing your cooldowns and your abilities to make sure that they're all being used at all times. Hopefully these tips have given you a bit of an insight into what you need to do to start improving in Cloak and Dagger. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know down below. Maybe I can make top 10 tips for other characters, or maybe even move on to intermediate tips for Cloak and Dagger. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.